have to keep in mind, and number one is we don't have to do it by ourselves, that we need people, that we need each other, that we need, it's, I've been coming to this call, and sometimes in the morning you go, okay, do I really want to do this? Is like, is this going anywhere? Is it like, what is the point, right? Because we want to get, our goal was getting a lot of people in it to participate. And then it was like, well, it's not happening. So we just close shop and move on, right? But then I realized, it is different. It's a different life and different mindset when you get together and meet with people like this and sort of express your frustration, express your ideas. It's like the brain is working, and the brain is working in the right direction. You understand what I'm saying? And then like listening to Rena's testimonials, like she needed it. It's like it's her vitamins, she said, right? And it get her focus, and that's what it did to me too. It's like, okay, I need to get my hair done, get off these pajamas and put a real clothes, and get out there and face the world. And I'm the CEO, this is business, and I'm in business. I need to do this. I need to figure things out, because there are things that we have to figure out on our own. And yes, we can read books, we can attend seminar, and we can attend workshop, and we can do all those things on our own. But sometimes it's not enough. You need to like bring out that idea and get someone's opinion and get someone's feedback, and just have that flow of energy from one entrepreneur to another. I think that is powerful, from one entrepreneur to another, because I have no lack of people to talk to. My husband, we talk all the time. I have friends, but they don't understand what I do online. It's like sometimes they look at me, it's like, oh, that's nice, that's good. It's like, you don't understand. Okay, let's talk about cake, and it's different. So I think that although it's going to be challenging, I'm not going to lie, it's going to be challenging, and it's going to to be a lot of work. But I think that I have now understood for myself that being in a circle of leaders is key to thriving in business. And when we become accountable to each other, is another level of circle of excellence. Because when you're accountable and you show up and you follow up and you build up and you say, okay, and don't be afraid to say, look, I'm having this problem. It's like, got any ideas? What should we do? Because that's when we can really capitalize on each other's intelligence. Because that's my whole idea. It's not just to come here and talk to you and just share little things. We need to capitalize on our geniuses, and don't be afraid to say, I'm having issues with these, I need help. Who can help me? If I can't help you, I'm sure I can find somebody to help you. I'm sure Charlotte can find somebody to help you. I'm sure Lynn can find somebody to help you. If we put our energies out and our anchor points outside, it's like, okay, I need somebody to help this person. It will happen, because that's how the vibration of this universe works. You put it out there, it happens. That's my belief. Unless you put it out there, it can't. You need to come out from this one and out there. So I think it is. That's why we call it breaking barriers, because we're going to be breaking barriers in order for us to grow. Because I believe we can all grow. We need to break barriers, and to break barriers, you need construction workers. like breaking the wall. You need construction. You need manpower, and manpower you get from circles of leaders who can say, yes, we'll do this together. I have your back. Let's do it. Let's move forward. And that's what I want to build with you guys, with Charlotte. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think. Are we in the right track or wrong track?
Rena?
Yes, we're on the right track. So I think for for us to build a barrier, we have to recognize those barriers first. So we have to know what are those barriers so we can tackle.
Yes. And sometimes we don't recognize that barriers. By talking about it, we will see the barriers, because sometimes we don't see what we don't see. It's like we don't know what we don't know. Unknowns, right? The unknown sometimes if Charlotte is talking or you're talking, you go, wait a second, I was having a problem with that yesterday, right? So
Yes.
when it's like there are key things in doing a business. Number one is your administrative skill. Are you the CEO? Are you being the CEO? I've been working with Lynn on that. It's like you really need to put on your hat as the entrepreneur. You're in charge of your life and your business. Nobody else. Nobody's gonna come to rescue you. That's it. You are it. You decide to be in business for yourself, you're it. Number two, you got to figure out how to market yourself, how to sell, right? You need to, and you need to speak to people, and you need to identify how you're going to speak to them, what you're going to say, so it makes sense. That is so key. If you can't talk it properly to people, and you can express what is it that you are offering, you're just going to mumble and fumble, and they go, okay, that sounds good, right? That sounds good. Maybe later, right? So you have to articulate your service in a way that match the person's needs. That's just the way it is. And that's sometimes it takes tweaking, and it takes, like, massaging, and it's just like baking in the recipe until it's perfect. And then once that's done, you can like lay back and have that posture and say, wow, I can say that without any uncertainty. And when it comes out, people believe you. People won't believe you until you believe it yourself, and you just say it, and you take it or you don't. Because I know it's good. You take it or you don't. And you don't have to have that, icky, awkward sales conversation. It's like, it is what it is. This is how I can help you. Take it or you don't.
And the next step is networking too. 3,
and networking. Is like, you need people. You need people to say, hey, I can work with you. I'm going to be your ambassador. I can refer you. I'm going to collaborate with you.
Referrals, collaborations, partnership, collectivity. Yeah.
What I saw is to answer to Rena's preoccupation about what are the barriers. I think Amy did a great list of them. For me, the one that I see the biggest, and I am the barrier. I'm putting myself between what is there in my past and what is possible in the future. I'm kind of the barrier. I saw that when I came in that group, and I thought that I could not do business in English. I saw that when Amy talked about selling, and I realized that I put that aside for 12 years because, I don't like selling. It's not my thing. And then I saw it when I saw how I got overwhelmed, and we talked about lists a lot, and I was resistant through that listing. I was like, I don't feel it. I don't think that's it for me. It could be that for others, but I was like, no, this is not it for me. And I discovered with the CEO coaching with Amy that it was not about the list for me. It was about my posture in my business. And it was about, I always got overwhelmed because I didn't have this overall view of what I was doing. I always was in, you know, in the window, the nose in the window, and I didn't get this overview. And yesterday I have a meeting with one of my partner, and for a time in the meeting, he was the VP of operation and I was the VP of creation. And then I told him it's about the course that we will give on November about negotiation. And at one point I told him, okay, this meeting of the two VPs, that is finished. Now I want to talk to you as the owner of the place. And as the owner, hear what I think that we have to do about this course and around this course. What is the posture that we have to take so we will keep touch with those clients that they come and they need what we have to offer. So I was the barrier, and I bet I'm still am in some area. So I'm very happy to be here because I'm here to take down those barriers.
Yes, yes, yes. And sometimes the barriers, recognition is the first thing that everybody need to be
Yeah.
able to see. When you
Yeah.
recognize something, the curtains opens when you recognize it,
Yeah.
right? Now, will you enter the door or not is another story, but recognition first, so that curtains open and that aha moment opens, and then you will be able to say, okay, should I go or should I not go? Should I, do that transition and transform myself or not?
Yeah. And
Right?
I would say about what you said earlier, we don't need to be 50, although it's good if we become 60, 50, hundreds. But if you break the barriers in front of others, you're kind of having the possibility to look around and to get help. Okay, I'm the other side of the, like, like the small bird who's going out of his eggs. Okay, great. So where do I go now? And he needs guidance a little bit. So I think we have this guidance in this group, and I'm engaged myself to being that person for you. Being that person when you get down barriers. Yeah, if I can help you, I will be happy to be there for you and guide you with what I know.
Excellent, excellent. Yes, it's just like you're going to school, and when the teacher is finished with the students, the goal really is, the ultimate goal is that student is go out in the world and be somebody, right? And then that's how we affect the world. That's how we affect the world. It's not, if one person become the best they can be, achieve their goal in the whole world, that means that if Lynn go out and affect 500 people, that means we have also affect that 500 people. Do you understand that concept?
Like parents, the children.
Yeah, it's just, if the 5 of us go out and affect and change 500 each, the lives of 500 each, then that's like 250,000 people that are getting the gift that started within this group, right? And that's
Exactly.
how I see it. That's how I see it, because You know, we can't, you know, sometimes you look at the world and it's depressing, but you go back and position yourself in a corner and say, well, I can only help one person at a time. And when that person is transformed and is helped, and they go out and help their family, they go out and help their friends, that's how I'm going to do it.
Right.
You see, because you are, it's the one of the most challenging things in this life for all of us is that we underestimate our power to be our supreme power. You know, we do have that supreme power. We do underestimate that so much. And that's what I want the world that's what I want to help people with. I want to bring out the best in you as much as I can. The best way I can is to really allow you and help you. And if I can, just allow you to just come out of that and just be that powerful that you are, because you are. And there are barriers to that explosion of power. And once you get that, once you really understand the enormity of your power and your ability to change conditions, you're unstoppable. And that's what I hope to do with this group.
Thank you, Amy.
So quiet.
So we'll be meeting as usual on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The
Oh yeah,
events-
what's our BAM? When is our BAM?
It's I put the event on the group as well. It's on the
good.
second Tuesday and the fourth Friday every month. So we're going to have a
Good.
set calendar. It's at 8 o'clock after the morning call. It's about an hour and 15 minutes, and each person will have an opportunity to share their struggles, and we'll be masterminding about it. And then we'll have a bit of group coaching on one of the topics that come up. So it's an opportunity to really accelerate, really very quick, condensed, effective way to accelerate our business twice a month. And that's included in the registration, as well as the power networking, which will be the third Thursday at 1 p.m. of every month.
And then we have the workshop, the content creation workshop.
Yes, we have a content creation workshop coming up. We'll be posting that
Yeah.
event as well. And that's a paid event, except that for you, it's included in your registration. And it's going to be $10 for people who come from the outside. So that way they want to register for the idea is we prefer for them to register for the whole Breaking Barriers membership. But that one will be posting publicly, that event, and people can register for $10 if they want, but we're going to ask you guys to share, and then they can choose between $10 and $17, right? So hopefully they make the right choice. Exactly. Content creation is actually a content creation workshop. The idea is we're going to sit down and not learn about it, but do it. It's an actual, like, see yourself in a woodworking workshop doing your actual content creation together. So that's the goal of that event.
You haven't heard anything on Jennifer. Are you okay?
Yes,
You're
I'm
just
fine.
taking it all in.
Yeah, I am. I was thinking, for me, I think this group I think that the workshop I did with you, with the group for the 10X selling, that was huge. And I was in the category with Lynn Marie as far as selling, even though I'm in sales. I was never able to get a grip on how to present myself, because there was still the you are selling, you have friends who say they aren't interested because they're selling. All of that was in my head, and here I am doing it and not doing it. So I think you really clarified it, and you made it a nice thing. It's actually a nice thing.
Mm-hmm.
It can be a nice thing. It just so happens to be called selling. Maybe if it was a different name, if there was a different verb for it. But because there's such a terrible, it carries a bad rep. Selling, it's always the car salesman, the bad car salesman. So I think your workshop really gave me clarity as far as what I need to master to do that. Like you're saying, when you're in the conversation, I think probably my challenge still is a bit, but I'm still aware of it now, at least, is when I'm in an unexpected conversation, meaning, I'm just talking to someone sort of off the cuff, and we're talking about food, and then they say something they might need, or I do bring up Epicure. Then at that moment, I'm sort of, I don't have my notes in front of me. okay, the steps are, and you want to make it real and natural. So I'm just thinking, okay, just have the conversation, just listen to what they're complaining about, what they're saying they're needing, and then kind of hold on to that kind of a thing. So I'm not good. I guess I can say spontaneously. It's that needs work. If I'm
It's
making
practice.
calls, yeah, that practice. I
Practice.
need practice with that, right? So, but yeah, so I definitely gained something from this by all means.
Just to let you know on that, selling, we use the word selling because it is the best description of that activity.
Mhm.
But really what you're doing, you're not selling. You have to change that selling concept
Mhm.
and make it helping. Because
Okay.
on the pitch, I say the pitch that you must do is, if I can help you make
Mhm.
$1,000 a month, would that help you? If I can help you remove that headache of yours,
Mhm.
would that help at all?
Mhm. Right.
If I
Okay.
can help you eat good food without spending 30 minutes in the kitchen trying to figure out what to do, would that help your life? Would that increase your happiness? So it's
Mhm.
like you gotta think that you're helping that person.
Okay.
If the person says, no, you can't help me, then I said,
Fine.
Mhm.
off you go. Off you go. I tried,
Right. Right.
but that way you're like you've offered your help.
Right.
But it's always if I can help you remove that barrier and so you can pass through freely, would that change something for you?
Yeah.
And when it comes like that, it's just like, what kind of mindset would say no?
Mhm.
Nobody would dare. It's like, no, like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? It's inhuman to say no if you put it that way.
Right.
Mhm.
Always remember that you're helping somebody. You always look for the problem to
Mhm.
help. You
Okay.
need a problem to help. Without a problem, you can't help. So you always, the reason you're talking to the person is because you want to know what problem they want to solve. And then you say, if I can help you get rid of that wrinkle on your face, would that change your life?
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. So I'll see you on Friday and in the group. We'll be sharing again this week, and we'll let you know when we have those posts that you can share too, so that we can invite more people to our group. And thank you, everybody, for being on our first Breaking Barriers meeting. And we'll see you on
Yeah.
Friday.
Thank you,
Bye.
Charlotte. Thank you,
Thank
Amy.
you.
Thank you, Rina.
Have a wonderful day.
Everyone.
Bye.
Bye.